It has been a while. It has been a hot minute. But we're here! Hello, happy Tuesday! I normally don't stream on Tuesdays, but I was impatient because it's been almost... Yippee! Because it's been like almost 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks since I've last streamed, and I've missed it, and I've been excited to get into this game, so here we are. Oh god. I am excited. I am hype. I need to take care that my throat doesn't die too early because I'm not used to playing games with a lot of talking and reading. Well, very little talking and a lot of reading anymore. I need to get back into it. I need to practice. I need to get used to reading for hours on end again. Watch a bunch of your old P4 while on Friday? Hell yeah! We still have not gotten anything from the P4 remake, right? After that one snippet that they gave us like a year ago or something. I stand by it. If they add Yulska's romance route back in, I'm streaming the whole game again. I don't care. For that alone, I would stream the whole game again. No, yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Let me get some of my water. There we go. But yeah, I hope everyone's had lovely, lovely holidays, or at least decent ones, you know. Whether it's Christmas, whether it's any other holiday that I can't quite think of right now, whether you didn't celebrate at all. I hope you just had a couple nice days of rest. Either way, I was visiting my girlfriend over Christmas. Hence no streams. I was with my girlfriend, because the 24th is her birthday. Quite an despite what many people seem to think at a first glance, having a birthday on a holiday kind of sucks, because usually what ends up happening is that the two just get like meshed into one. So where other people would have like one birthday and one holiday, it's either one holiday that also happens to be a birthday or the other way around. But it was nice. It was nice. It was chill. It was chill. It was nice. I already miss her. I'm gonna go visit her again in March. In March. Yeah, Christmas Eve is an unfortunate holiday. It definitely is. But yeah. Hold on, let me. And of course, because I was there, so we were able to exchange our presents right then and there. I got her a very few of you, if any, are gonna know this, but I got her two rings, or like a little ring set of Yaoto Magaku from hit game and also anime and also manga and more. Idler 7, because that's her favorite character of like close to of all time, possibly of all time. And she got me, y'all, hold on, I actually have it opened. Hold on, I gotta show you this. I gotta show you this. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. She got me a little mighty new. Look at that! Look at him! He's so cute! And she also got me a necklace. Like a necklace with a sun. It's like a mighty themed necklace. He's so cute! Now I can grab him and squish him. They're not actually that. I thought these things were like more squishable, but they're very sturdy. They're very firm. Not very squishable, but it's fine. I'll take it. I love Mighty. Look at my little guy. So yeah, it was nice. Also, don't worry about this one for now. This might be something we react to after we've played a couple hours of the game, because I want to make sure to save most of my voice for the game, and then if I still have energy later and voice, we can go into this, because this is a video that I've been wanting to watch for reasons. But anyway, let me go back in here. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Is the stream still TBD for Saturday? Yes, it is. Why you asking? It sure is. I am terrible with like making like set schedules and stuff because my motivation to like stream anything and everything tends to fluctuate unless it's like collabs, in which case I am always looking forward to those. Wink nudge. But otherwise, like I can tell you what I'm gonna be playing the first day of the week probably, because that's the closest to when I'm making the schedule. And HSR patch drops, but other than that, it's whatever I feel like at the time. But yeah. I also gotta reach out to Logan again. Dude, I popped into Logan's stream last night, whatever. If you'd be down for do a collab something, if you'd be down. Sure. DM me so I don't forget. I popped into Logan's stream. Listen, I have not played 100 Line yet. Is that what it's called? I think. I have not played that game yet. I've seen snippets of it. One snippet I have seen when I was popping into Logan's stream a little while ago, and apparently there's a character who has some really weird fetishes. And literally I joined stream for like 2 minutes and I was like, you know what? That's enough for me. I was gonna go to sleep anyway, and now I'm double going to sleep. I think it was the blue-haired one. I like don't know anything I don't know anything else about the characters either. I know what the protagonist looks like, and I've seen some of the characters. I do kind of want to play it just because I like Danganronpa, 100 Line, you know. I haven't played Rain Code yet either, but you know, all of these games that have the charm, the spike tune stuff, the I forgot what the guy's name is. I'm so sorry, sir, but that weird, unhinged, just weird charm. It was a guy. It was a guy that was talking about excretion. It was funny seeing Logan struggle to read that. But yeah, I wanna. There's so many games that I wanna play. I wanna play the new and not new, but like the it's not new. It's been years, I think. But the second AI Somnium Files game, as well. Still, I have not gotten into. This was one on the list that we're gonna get into now. There's just so many games. Yugamu, right, that was it. I don't like him. See, he's the kind of character that I feel like I would like, but I would also, you know, I would like, but in a Danganronpa characters are weird because, like, I love you, but also you are so fucked up and weird and cringe, kind of. But I still love you. You know? I need some more water. Okay, there we go. Anyway. Voice. The only game I've been playing a lot recently is oh, sorry, Blaze, I didn't see your message. They added a new himbo in DNA. I haven't played DNA in such a long time either. Like, I want to continue with the story. I just haven't gotten around to it. The only game that I've really been playing recently is Deltarune, because I've decided, like, my Deltarune brain rot is back in full swing. I've caught up with chapters 3 and 4. First, just watching playthroughs. And now I'm playing through it myself, because once chapter 5 releases, we are gonna stream that. We're gonna play that one live. Because I fucking love Deltarune. Another one who's better than him, but she's into other stuff. Like, she really wants it to be a killing game, and she plays a lot of, like, eroge and such, and brings those up a bit. See, the funny thing is, I read that, and I can just go, yeah, that's par for the course. Yeah. That's just the norm in these games. You just kind of get used to it. Half a Moon, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, real quick. I don't want to yap too much because again, I don't know how long my voice is gonna last today. We have finished, well, basically finished every mainline game. By which I mean I have finished the Phoenix trilogy in my own time and watched the Miles games in my own time. And we finished the Apollo Justice trilogy. Minus one case that, like, is it a DLC case, special case, bonus case that I still haven't done. At some point I'm gonna do it. It's not main story. So we're gonna get around to it one day. I know very little about The Greatest Attorney. I know some of the characters. I know the first case. I've watched Pixel Partners play through the first case of this game a while ago. And I've watched like the first 2 or 3, well, not maybe not even, like the first little bit of the second case before I decided, you know what, I actually want to stream this. So here we are. I remember very little. And I've managed to mostly avoid spoilers. Those that I did not manage to, you will know. Also, part of it is she acts as a dog and wants to be on a leash by this one other girl, so that's interesting. But anyways, Yuri. We love the Yuri. We love it. Oh yeah, welcome in. How you doing? I'm doing fine. I've been, my nose has been, I've been very sneezy, since my vacation. Because it was cold as hell. It was cold as hell where my girlfriend lived, and it was cold as hell where I live over here. Dude, when we came back that evening, we came back home, it was so fucking cold. It was colder in our house, like in the regular, just in the room, than it was in our fridge. Our fridge was less cold than the entirety of the fucking house. And that took like my granddad immediately turned on the what do you call it, fireplace oven thing, like let it run almost the whole night, and it did not help. Like, it took a while to warm back up. But yeah, have you seen the video HSR released today? No, I have not. Is it the I think I saw it on Twitter briefly, like the one with Constance talking about like Duke Inferno or something. But yeah, but holidays were very nice. They were very, very nice. Mania, how you doing? Yes, it is time. It's been long enough. We were going back into the courtroom. Just like 100 years past or something. Or I actually don't remember when this plays exactly. I drew the Dahlia yesterday. Loki turned out fire. Ooh. The other members' lore is there, but as well. We might check that. Remind me at the end of the stream. Then we're gonna check that one out. Okay. I have not, Mania. So many things that I just keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. You know what? I'm gonna asinine attorney. I'm gonna put it in my search bar right now, so I have it open. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right. I would say, without further ado, do we just get into it? Do we just get into the game? If you ever find yourself scrolling through the Discord server of the infamous Logorobo community, if you check the art channel, you might find that drawing of the Dahlia that I did. I shall. Walid, we are so back indeed. We are so. When did we finish Spirit of Justice? It's been a while. I hope that we're gonna be able to get through this game faster because it's more new stuff. I think that was a big like disadvantage for Spirit of Justice, that I remembered that game too well. My memory was too intact for that one. But yeah. One of the reasons why I bought a Switch that day. Interesting. Anyway, we're playing this one in English. I don't actually know who voices these characters in Japanese, so we might switch back and forth a little bit just to like check out the characters and the voices. But yeah. Sleepy, I woke up like 30 minutes ago. Oh dear. Oh dear, do you have to get up? If so, if not, then I say go back to Eep. Because it is like what, 8 a.m. for you or something almost? I forgot. I don't actually have to have my mouse on screen. Right. Oh, God. There we go. Controls. Resolve. Yeah. New game. 8:46. I have to stay here to watch the stream? Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Alright, starting cutscene. Let me know if the game is too quiet or too loud or anything.
After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change.
British.
And some was swept away by the tide.
The game might be a little quiet, actually. Oh. Dun dun dun.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
There's our boy. Ooh, I forgot about this. The Adventure of the Great Departure. Oh, right, is like the adventure of our turnabout so-and-so. Jesus Christ. Sounds like you're fucking shooting someone. You're firing off bullets. Anyway, November 22nd, 8:43 p.m. Hey, that's almost your time, Nora. Supreme Court of Judicature? Defendants Antechamber 5. Yeah, dude, the typing is maybe I should turn that down a little bit. Maybe I should turn the effects down. No, no. Okay, I could just do on and off. Can I not change the volume? It does not. I don't appear to be able to change the volume. So, never mind. We're gonna have to live with getting shot every time they announce a new location. I still can't believe it. I can't believe this is happening. How could it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan waiting to decide my fate? Right, that's how we start. Sorry, I didn't say your line. I was too happy that I get to do this again. Oh, nothing. Save your glares, murderer! The trend of giving every bailiff a Mickey Mouse voice, Clocky / Mickey Mouse voice continues. Sorry. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, or aka Phoenix Wright's ancestor, who actually kept his Japanese name this time. A second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. Fate, destiny, dreams? 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am. Awaiting my trial. Here I am. I think I remember who this is. That's enough. Yeah! Yay! Bro has never heard of innocent until proven guilty. That is not how we do that is not how we do things in Ace Attorney. Never has been, never will be. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? That damn off-screen electric fan! I love this. So dramatic. I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes. And until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities! Look at you, you haven't even graduated yet! And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should operate. Get his ass! God, I forgot they turn in this one. They actually, they move. Right, Yonosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Kazuma! There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Ah. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me, I didn't do it! I could never murder someone! And there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up, hold your head high. That first one might have a bit of issue with that one. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Wonder what that kanji at the back says? I actually don't know. Good question. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend. Also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. Can you not talk? Can you not interrupt my introduction, please? The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. That's when all this started. Look at the boy. There we go. Yeah, we date. Yeah, we date. Yeah, we date. Make your guesses here, folks. Will he survive past this case? Yes or no? Well, if our track record is anything to go by, then he will be dead within the hour. Because there has only ever been one case where a first case mentor, co-counsel, etc., whatever it is, has not been either arrested or dead by case 2. It's Mia murdered. Diego, well, kind of almost died and then came back and then was arrested for murder and may now be dead. Christoph, arrested. The only instance where this has not happened is during Athena's first trial, because with Athena, there was Phoenix Wright, and Phoenix Wright does not die. This man could get shot in the head 3 times and walk away just fine. And even in Athena's case, Apollo was supposed to be there with her, and he got caught in a fucking explosion. So, it's not looking good. It is not looking good for our boy. Please no gay emotions, please no gay emotions, please no gay unnecessary feelings activated. Oh god. Okay. That looks like you're going to study abroad at last. I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. Your, quote, friend. There's not a soul in the university that there's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. I need to learn how to read again. The smoking gun was him being described as hyper-competent? We can't have that in our Ace Attorney. A smart lawyer who actually knows what he's doing? Not on my watch. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. His temple, specifically? I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. Aw. Dog, what are you doing? Why are you pushing my door open? Why are you just sitting on the stair? You know what? Whatever. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, Help. See you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow, then. Partner. Oh, you know they're fucking when they bring out the partner. And then he disintegrates. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. I think I remember. Possibly. May I have a word? Oh, I forgot you're up here in this case too. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asugi? You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers. Why? It was not. I'd already read the line a certain way before I could make the joke. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Thanks, Kazuma. Polite bow. Hey. This is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe? Yes, yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asugi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. As such, I feel you should know... Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asugi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial... I'm afraid that that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? As I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asugi might have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it! I swear it! I'm not a murderer! I'm sure that's true, nevertheless. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then, what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right. So, as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. Do you agree to take Kazuma Asugi as your lawfully wedded husband in sickness and in health till death do you part? I do? But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought up before you? Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asugi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty of failing to appear? I mean, yeah, we are in a courtroom. Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Dramatic zoom in. This is it. The trial goes badly. Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. Yippee! Yippee! That's a lot of bullets. 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, I think that's how it's pronounced. Courtroom number 2. God, look at him. He is crashing out. So this is a courtroom. The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of these people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time, but for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Look who we have here! And in old-fashioned tradition, our first task on the agenda will be to kick a Pain's ass. Who I think is not called Pain in this, but the Japanese variant. He's not a bailiff? Oh, you mean because of the voice? It's fine. It's the nerves. I have to make him nervous and panicking. The court will now hear the trial of I cannot speak. God, my throat is too mucusy for this. Yeah, pain, ouchie. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Who is going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... Need to answer quickly. What should I do? You know, we gotta do it. Time to save scum and exhaust all options. Let's wait and see. Hazuma's the lawyer here. I can't defend myself. Sorry, I fucking love this face. The way he just slowly turns with this wide, with that face. It's so good. He reminds me of the Pikachu face, you know? He's just the surprised Pikachu. He looks so stupid. It's the slow turn that does it for me. If I said I do, it'd be tantamount to lying. And I've been accused of murder, for goodness sake. This is no time for lies. That, brother, that is such a zesty-ass pose. Leaning on your sword. Leaning back like that. Fruity-ass pose. Try to stop fidgeting, Ryunosuke. It's distracting. But if I don't say I'll defend myself now, things could end very badly for my friend. He looks more like he's Apollo's ancestor. Honestly, I can see that, yeah. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear. Yes. Oh! See? I don't know much about Ryunosuke. I don't know if he'll be able to match or even overtake Apollo as my favorite Ace Attorney protagonist. But he already has potential to possibly surpass Phoenix. Not to say that I don't love Phoenix, but like this trope, I love this trope. I love the guys that are just so normal and are just thrown into these wacky situations unprepared, that have no clue what they're doing. Which, to be fair, Phoenix didn't either, but at least Phoenix came into it expecting to lead a case. Oh. With that angle, the hilt of the sword looks like something. Haven't played as attorney in so long, I'm still on Rise from the Ashes. I'm cooked. I mean, to be fair, luckily you don't actually need any knowledge of the main games to play this one, to experience this one, so that's good. I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be what? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotowa told me everything, just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad will be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't... You think I won't be able to get you off? Well, Kazuma, if you think that's gonna be an issue, then, I don't know, you might have to have a little chat. Maybe communicate, figure out his preferences, work on your technique a little bit. Sort it out. No, it's not that, really. It's just that... Well, on the off chance that things don't go... Oh, we were talking about court. Oh, the case. Right, that. Yeah, no faith whatsoever, dude. I couldn't bear it to be the reason that you... Lenny, welcome in! How you doing? No way, this game is real? Oh, it's so real. And we love it. Yes, I knew that's how you'd feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. This story's from Shutakumi this time? All right. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well. That sure was a thing to join in on. Listen, the lines are right there. It's not my fault. It's right there. They know. As usual, they know. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel, really? Objection! Oh, that was a good objection. Do we know? I mean, we know, but do you guys know who voices these characters in English? Or, well, these two specifically. Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so? Naruhodo, we're taking out the sun now? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. There it is. Like, ancestor, like, whatever generation Phoenix is. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court... Fuck-ass fan. You must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. Oh yeah, no, this is actually just... Yeah, this, like, in case you don't know, this is Phoenix's ancestor, quite literally, canonically. And, Phoenix's Japanese last name is Naruhodo. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, defendant? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? Kazuma, what does competence mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, can't be questioning more than I am. So, let's start with the simplest of questions. Yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard this name more times than I'd care to remember. But... wait. Oh, I'm so nervous I can't even remember that! What was it again? Do you know, Ske? Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank? You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. Oh dear. But I can't even find that! What's a court record? It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of E. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. Oh god. In other news, my 75-25 trying to get Zhao's weapon and then proceeded to get a double. My luck. Gee, congrats! Actually waiting on when Kazuma's gonna use a sword. Honestly, yeah. He used it to fucking cut off Ouchie's little hat, head bun, top bun, whatever. She has an English VA with Sun Wukong from Black Myth Wukong, but that's all he's in. Yeah, no, I don't know that. Actually, I think wait, hasn't this voice actor played the games? Or like streamed or recorded or like played the games live or something? I feel like I recall that. Actually, now that I think about it. Loki thought there's a dog at the jury. Yeah, the dog objects. I just have to press E for the court record. Alright, there's no time to lose. This is the list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with E. 23. You'll find details about the victim here. When you're done, just press C to go back. Oh, I need to actually press it. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. I think some of these VAs are actually Europeans. That'd be nice. Yeah, I love just like the straight faced, like not even like hinting or like putting it in brackets. It's just press space. Ryonosuke. Press C. Do you know where the C button is? Now you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim and the people. Okay, yeah. Then press R. Represent. Try it now. Let me see. 23, 42, 51. Little off for the changes that cultural reformation has brought about, of course. John H. Wilson, the victim of this case. He was a visiting professor of medicine at Yume University from the British Empire. Bam!
Yes!
Yes! The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. I don't even know how to do that laugh. Well, at least you remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Watson? Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our current country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Hold on. Or as you would say, the Ashtafan. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Smack! Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? But I didn't do it! This case is under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. Not when I'm playing this game. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. That's a very, horror, I mean, not inaccurate probably, but a very, what do you call that? Pretty harsh phrasing. Our feeble government. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. I thought Cosmo's buttons are Smash Bros logos. I better be going. I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow, then, partner. Very important question. Shoot. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think... Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still. I should go and say hello. Who did you romance in P4? Marie. It was gonna be Marie or no one. But I chose Marie because I love her. Yes, and welcome in. Hope you enjoy. I shall. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, dude. If Adachi had been an option, fucking no hesitation. If any of the guys had been an option, no hesitation. Can you guess who I romance? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Chia. Introduce myself to Dr. Wait, what did I say? So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. That one. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. Cause of death. Well, obviously that was... Leonoska? Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Sorry. Don't give him the evidence. Man, we can't even choose like wrong options. We can't cinder block this. Very strong Yukichi. That makes sense actually. That makes sense. Risa? Yeah, that makes sense. Post-mortem report. Gunshot. Boom! Yes! Yes! Well... frantically looking through... according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes. That's right, the post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet. Hole produced by the powder explosion. I'm sorry, I don't know why I stopped halfway there. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into court. Has been entered in the court record. Right. So, that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. Powder caused by the bullet bullshit again. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Baby's first photo. Very well, I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Certainly, Your Excellency. So without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, smack! The prosecution hereby called its first witness who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. And thus you have signed your death sentence. Of course. Rami! Is that the world-famous attorney? How you doing, Rami? Oh, I forgot. Do I not? I think I need to VIP you, don't I? I need to VIP you, don't I? I think I haven't done that yet. I need to do that. Oh god. Does Twitch just do that for me? Like, whenever I have Twitch open, on the side, like, you know, like the chat and a couple other panels, but I need to, like, sometimes whenever I swap back to Twitch, it refreshes and I can't see the old messages. So that sucks. Hold on, can I VIP you like this? Wait. Oh, I'm not? Oh, well, there you go. I forgot I hadn't followed you yet. Twitch being weird. Yeah, it's done this for me forever. I gotta remember to VIP you later. But are we doing well today, Rami? Have you played Ace Attorney games before? When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, "Thank you for the hydrate and the storage." Yeah. Ooh. Please continue. I don't like how Kazuma is looking at me. What, you don't like staring into his beautiful fruity ass eyes? Was debating between this or Danganronpa. Ooh. Well, in all fairness, finishing the entirety of Danganronpa might not take you as long as finishing Ace Attorney. Well, actually, no. Well, yes. You might be, like, Danganronpa in its entirety may be shorter than Ace Attorney. However, Ace Attorney has lots of gay men. And yes, that is my most compelling argument. It also has Clavier Gavin. And Apollo Justice. Two of the best characters in this entire game. I am very much not biased. I mean, you could. The good thing is that, like, even if you haven't played, technically you could, you know, stick around for a little bit, see if this is up your alley, because this is essentially a completely new game that is not connected to the main storyline. So you don't need to know anything about like Phoenix Wright or Apollo Justice to keep up with this one. There's gay men and then there's Clavier. I might ace the attorney. We love gay men. Hell yeah! Yeah. Danganronpa is getting the 2x2 or what they call it, which is a stupid fucking name, but I kind of love it. I'm excited for that game. I might stream that game, honestly. I've played all the Danganronpa games, but I might give that one a shot on stream as well if it's like different enough, which it seems to be. Kazuma Asugi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? What is an oar? Doesn't matter. Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Might I suggest y'all play the super duper bad game that nobody wants to play but there's gay men in it? Listen, I'm a simple woman. I'm a simple woman. You give me good character writing and gay people, and I might be sold. Apparently really big winter storms are called bomb cyclones. It was startling to see bomb cyclone warning on my phone. I didn't know that. Why does he have a katana in court? Fashion? Question mark? That is a good question. He just does. Rule number 1 is that Ace Attorney courtrooms, they all have weapons or makeshift weapons. We have had birds that attack you, coffee cups being thrown at you, whips. There's a katana. We've had necklaces that wrap around your head and then fucking suffocate you. It's a fun time. A witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Hosonaga, I forgot about you. Hello, you handsome man, you. Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival? La Carnival? Okay, I need to make sure to not... Brother! Is that ketchup, or do you need a doctor? Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really, really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. Yeah, the katana's for self-defense, true. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? I'm assuming that Condon him spells ouchie? Probably. I would not be surprised. It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Nope. It was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. Bam. A gunshot rang out. One of the 37 that is fired anytime we enter a new location. So I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Yes! Yes! That is true, and I have no regrets! Hold on. Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, and I may have pointed it at him, and the trigger may or may not have accidentally been pressed, that does not have to mean that I was the one who killed him. I mean, I didn't shoot him.
Objection!
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But do you think this guy got poisoned, or do you think they're never gonna address that one again? It could go either way, honestly. It could go either way. The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Yorinosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim was a beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today. Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Are those boat steering wheels on the judge's... I did notice those things on the judge's chest. I don't know what they are, but they're there. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something a waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Hold on. Hold on. Well. Actually, what would be the right option here? It said I had to wait and see, but I kind of want to. Yes!
Yes!
I love it! Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Objection!
Dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. When I was watching your P4 videos, I was like, oh, that's a different model. And then I went to watch one of your old collabs with Logan that I was there for. And I was like, wait, she had that model too? When did she change her model? And apparently from the last stream I watched with that model and the first stream I watched with this model, I just never caught that it changed. Wow. Well, fun fact. I'm actually gonna change models sometime in the near future again because I am mostly done with rigging my commissioned model. Sort of. It does not look great, but it looks passable. And I'm probably gonna wait a little bit until well, I got that because, and then I recently commissioned. The problem with that model, right, is that for this one I was able to draw the emotes myself because they were pretty simple. Like this model's pretty simple, like the hair, besides like the ponytail, but we don't pay attention to that. But like in the eyes and stuff, pretty simple. My new model is not so simple, so I had to I commissioned some, and those are estimated to take up to 2 months. So yeah, that one's gonna be all mine. That model's gonna be all mine. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. Hold on, let me close the door. Very much looking forward to that. But yeah. Honestly, like for my first time rigging, it's not terrible. I feel like if you don't know much about rigging, like from a first glance, it probably doesn't look too bad. At least in my eyes, it doesn't. The hair, it fucks me up though. The face and the hair in particular, that really fucked me up. And I still think that one looks very clumsy, but it's whatever. It'll be whatever. I wait for a new model before I do cursed art. That is fair. That is fair. What programs do you use for VTubing? Because the one I'm using kind of sucks, but also might be because my face tracking is on VTube Studio on a 217 Android phone. I need a new web. See, I use my laptop webcam. I don't use a phone. So, that works for me. Sometimes I need to recalibrate, like right now, like when I... Like, my eyes, like, don't, like... My eyes are wide open right now, and... Okay, now it kind of... Like... It struggles with the eyes a little sometimes, but that might also be because I'm wearing glasses alongside it. I will become foot? Oh, no. Oh, no. Gonna go buy the Vita as B-Day present next month. Gonna get Marvel vs. Capcom 3 so I can throw hands with superheroes as Phoenix Wright. I have a PS Vita. I bought it sometime ages ago. And I have like 3 games on it. No. I did hear there apparently like a friend told me recently that I didn't know that what's it called? Sprout is a plugin for VTube Studio that you can use that apparently like improves the tracking. So you could try that, but that might only be for like web. I don't know how that works. I don't know if that like will transfer to like webcam or and stuff. I don't know, whatever. But that's also something to look into, like plugins that can like improve tracking and stuff. It also depends on the model and stuff. Have you not used? No, I have not used Spout. No, I have not. Shut up. I literally just I had VTube Studio and I didn't really explore. I just used it. I just used it. And listen, like most of the tutorials for like using VTube Studio and like setting up a model don't really tell you about plugins. It helps making VTube Studio lighter on OBS. Okay, here's the thing, right? That's never been a problem for me. Did you mean spouse? No, I didn't mean spouse. Is it not for like tracking? Because that's when Bean recommended it to me. Because I was talking about like model tracking, and then he was like, by the way, are you not using this thing? If you're using, I am not using VTube Studio through Steam. No, I do know that. I'm not using it through Steam. But like, it's never been a problem. Like, it's like VTube Studio and OBS has never been a problem for me. So I guess that's why I didn't know. It's always run fine for me. Vroid kind of sucks for me personally. Like Vroid is very heavy on my laptop. Because it's like you have like, because I think, unless they changed that since, but I think Vroid doesn't have like its own like tracking, so you need to like open a separate program for that, if I recall. At least back when I used it, so that kind of sucked. Yeah, that's kind of the issue. You can though, Nora. There's lots of free customizable models, or just, you know, free or cheap to use to buy models on like Booth, for example, or other websites that you can just that you can use instead, like live 2D models, unless you have like a specific vision, in which case, you know, that's a different thing. But yes, Nora, that I used to use VC Face as well. but it's heavy. Kind of want like entirely my own model. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I get that. And like getting like commissioning a model is expensive. It's expensive. The rigging, like even just the art, like the art from my commissioned model was like $300, which I had saved up over time, or like 250, 300, 250, something along those lines. And you know, rigging would have cost another like 300, so I'm doing that myself. But yeah, there's lots of like customizable models. There's also like the Suica model, I think. No, is it called Suica? No, that's a game. There's some customizable models that are like very like they have like so many options that are like under 100. So need Burger King to hire me then. I applied to Burger King. Ooh, nice. Good luck. The Firefox model I used before was a pre-made, which is insane. Yeah. Model icon is like 105 USD for art and rigging. I mean, to be fair, it's also that I am like very particular when it comes to like the art style and stuff. So there's that too, you know. Bye Mania. I have the tab open. I'll look into it. But yeah, my model by Gabu Gabu Ga was like 250 to 300 ish euros. Eat the art. Anyway, continuing. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. What about the asinine? It's the like fan-made, I think? Fan-made or not fan-made? I'm not sure. Game/cases that Mania keeps bringing up that apparently have Apollo in it. At least one of them. And he's been asking me to look into it for a while, so I need to do that. My dream is getting into Hololive when I can, which I would need kind of like prior knowledge and of more deep teaming stuff. Not necessarily, but it's gonna help, yeah. Because Hololive is a giant company. Company. I cannot speak words. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. Smack. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. It's official and it's on Spirit of Justice. Take a look if you want. There's 2 of them. I shall. You need to be more idle-ish for corpos. Yeah, although these days that's not really a necessity anymore. Like these days we have like many corpo VTubers who are just, you know, people and doing their thing. Like there's like a certain standard. And for a while I did try to get like into different agencies and stuff. Usually the smaller ones that, you know, weren't too shady, obviously. Or like groups. But at some point I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I mean, number one, I managed to join the Arcana. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do my I just do my thing and it'll take longer, but that's fine. Yeah, these days the restrictions are a lot looser. Basically, you just need to be entertaining. Or you have something going for you. Oh, well. Why would you be nervous about that? Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course, here you are. Well, I know what I'm gonna be examining right away. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something clearly seems to have shaken. Brother? Stop coughing in my ear! Dude, you need to go see a doctor. I remember being corpo terrible. It's not for everyone. It depends on which corpo as well and stuff. So, the court has now heard a précis of the case. Never mind, I thought someone called me. At the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. God, I fucking love Ryunosuke. Fucking deer in headlights. Yeah, no, I get that now, right? And it's you know, like, just at the end of the day, just give it a shot. That's really all you can say. But don't. How do I say this? How do I say this? Like, you just gotta be, like, aware that it's not, like, you know, like, what being in a VTuber corporation really entails. Because it's not just, oh, you have people who handle your stuff for you and then you stream. You know, like, there's more to it. Especially a huge one like Hololive. Or Nijisanji or others. Like, they're big and they do things differently for sure. You know, even, like, behind the scenes, like, stuff you don't get to see. So that's it will always come with restrictions as well, because when you stream like indie, you can do whatever the fuck you want. When you stream in a corporation, you do have certain restrictions that you have, and like things that you have to get permissions for first. Do not go Nijisan. I mean, Nijisanji like has their recruiting process just kind of sucks. They don't really do background checks. That's kind of their problem. Their main, or like, not main, but like one big problem. Like, these people, whoever is in charge of like hiring, they don't do their background checks. So many times it's happened that like you've had someone debut and they turned out to be a very, very unpleasant person. But yeah. That said, of course there's still great people, like great streamers and content and creators in Nijisanji, obviously. But yeah. And to be fair, Hololive and Stars, like, just cover also is not, like, perfect. Every corpo has their, things. Yes, Your Excellency? If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. Yeah, management also. Like, the last time, I don't know if they've done anything about that. I haven't heard much. To be fair, I haven't been keeping up with it much recently. But at least a year or two ago, management really was very, a little wacky, to say the least. Like, is it a black corporation like people are claiming? Probably not. By definition, I would not say so, but they have their issues. They have their issues. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. Exactly, there is no such thing as a good big corporation. They all come with drawbacks. But yeah, Nora, good luck. It just, you know, it is important to acknowledge that, like, that shouldn't be your only motivation. Or, like, your main motivation. You know? Like, your main motivation shouldn't be, I want to interact with my Oshis. I want to interact with these streamers. That's, like, it should be a bonus. But, Yeah. I call this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Oh, he did not like that. Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? Ooh! What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? Give up on me? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Leonosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. Yeah, to speak for him, but also go off, King. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Look at him go! Oh, you're so going to die! Gotta get out of bed, I'm cold. Oh no. God, I am craving crepes. I made crepes yesterday. For like the second time in my life. And like, the shape aside, they turned out okay, but they were so good and I want to make them again. I'm gonna make some later. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. Smack. The prosecution called its next witnesses. Mainly what I've never— You've never had crepes? Oh, they're so good. They're so good. I love crepes. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. Well, these are people. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna take a little break here because I forget that I actually need to take breaks for these streams to rest my voice. Oh god. Might have been the corniest line I've ever heard. It corny as hell. But yeah, 10-ish minutes and then we will be back. Ba-da-bum-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum. And we are back. Back we are. We have probably another hour left before my voice decides to call it a day. Call it a day. So let us not waste too much time and continue right on. Witness, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Oh, right, this guy. Okay, what voice do I give you? Yes, sir! The Great Nippon Imperial Army Surgeon! Yes, sir, no, sir, reporting for duty, sir! Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation. Nippon, which means Japan, by the way. And conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises, in the 2nd District. Curio Correcta, at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners that other table at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Wasn't one of the server's arguments that there weren't? I think he said. Didn't he say that there were two tables, or like only 2 tables were occupied or something, or like the victim, besides the victim there was only one other or something? I don't actually know. Myself, I habitually make tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer. And it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. Thank you. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as active war, sir! It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. That was a baby. This man is impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir! That indeed is a baby. Standing by ready to report, sir! Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. The golden curio? A 3-star curio. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back. From the back, the cowardly little weasel. Why, thank you. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! That wicked university cadet, sir! The cruel and unforgivable enemy! Is that a knife? What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous! I didn't shoot anyone! Is that really true? What do you mean, is that really true? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. And as I've said, I may have pointed it at him, and I may have pulled the trigger. But that's irrelevant. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. And when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English maid got... How did you not hear the gunshot, by the way? Actually, no. Didn't the waiter say he heard... Didn't the waiter say he heard the gunshot? Or am I misremembering? How did you not hear? You were right there. You were right there. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. Yeah, because that happens. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up... Oh, there it is. There we go. So, okay. Okay. Well, there's my answer. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Leonosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? Do it now. As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Justice? Justice mention? Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Are you all stupid? Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the the way he raises... Inosuke's gestures are so funny. They're so funny. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I mean, the defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Listen. What about it? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
I love Kazuma's objection. It's so full of power. The defense is asserting its right to cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. We love a man that actually knows the law. Kazuma is so commanding. So attractive. Very well. I forgot that my mouse was on screen the whole time. I apologize. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright. This is where the battle really begins, Inosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means that what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. The pathetic slap. Oh, you're so pathetic. I love you. Oh god. Oh. All right. But alas, we know where the contradiction lies, but of course, first thing we gotta do is press everything. Oh god. Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique? I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Alright then. This beefsteak mentioned. What kind of food is that? Attention! Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal, vigorously cooked on and cast iron grill and served piping hot. Oh. If food could receive medals of honor, the beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as the college. Right! I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. This cutlet you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Attention! Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. Accept your guilty verdict at home for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it! Yes, sir, I will, sir! On the double, sir! Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Oops, sorry. I'll do my best. God, I love it. So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah crying noise? Negative! Well, at least we've learned that he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. God. I love Kazuma's disappointed stare. He is so done. He is so... This has to be like... I don't remember if like anything's been confirmed ever, but like he has to be like a distant ancestor of Edgeworth. Like it's like the dynamic, that just the face. It's not easy knowing what questions to ask. Where's the particularly find golden curate to the military gentleman?
Yes!
Yes! I have no idea what you're talking about! A Koban boy! A Koban? You mean an old Edo coin? The day prior to the incident, the treasure of exceptional value from the Hoei period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day with said items secreted in my bosom pocket, in the hope of an affluent cognizant appraised of its indisputable value being present. So you were hoping to sell your Koban coin to Sergeant Nosa, whom you met at the restaurant? Yes, it's quite clear where you're going with this. You were about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious Koban. Isn't that so? Well... You little upstart cadet! If you want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant subordination! No, I didn't say anything. Although painless might be just the word I was looking for. In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. Why are you trembling? Why are you shaking? There remained precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about matters of business. The gentleman beside me, who was grappling with his braised veal at the time, was my sole prospect. I see. Firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. So, you're saying that you actually saw me at the time? Affirmative! I saw you! Laughing, cackling like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian. Slap. But that's impossible. I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please. What's that, Private? Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table. And so what if it was? Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun. And double arg indeed. My sixth sense. Sorry. My sixth sense of danger. I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind. I read your mind waves. And they told me you were plotting murder. A split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, Kenneth. Surely that's not really possible, is it? Do you think I'd have got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense danger in the air, son? Well, it would seem this soldier is absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good. Fight on the English, and from the back, the cowardly little... Is it, okay, the second to last one.
Yes!
Yes, I did! So this black uniformed university cadet, you're saying that was... I've had just about enough of your sauce, cadet! Who else do you see around here in black uniform, huh? Well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits the description as well, but... It was you, you little weasel! You unloaded the firearm on that man! From behind his back, and you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon, you disgust me! What is it? What have your two brain cells cooked up now that have you staring into the distance? What is it, Ryunosuke? I'm not quite sure. It's something that the sergeant has just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind. In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered in the courtroom. Okay, yep, and then, boom, present. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thrust it in the victim's face and make him choke on it! God damn, Kazuma, okay. I love Kazuma's attitude. I love his attitude. Kazuma is definitely the friend that would go up to the waiter and say he asked for no pickles. Kazuma is the type of friend that would complain to the manager on someone else's behalf. Hands and knees to my...
Yes!
On your hands and knees. Could you explain that, please? Or maybe don't. Depending on what you mean, maybe don't. That's right. spurning the arthritis I was in order to retrieve that lost piece. What lost piece are you referring to? Something. Wait! Wait! I didn't even pick up on that! I did not. That one flew over my head. Thrust it in the witness's face and make him choke on it. Listen, buddy. The Koban, of course. The exquisite Hoei-era Koban coin. I had just been showing the rare treasure of the military man as he masticated his meal. Yeah, you'd think I would have gotten that, but no, no. For once, the innuendo escaped me. Jesus. After averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more, it simply vanished. The Koban vanished. Hence, I began to acquaint myself with the intricacies of the floor in order to locate it. And then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? None other than, though it was of no concern to mine. I was frantically scouring the floor for the aforementioned lost treasure. So, in fact, you didn't actually witness the precise moment when the incident occurred. Indeed. Myself, I did not. Okay. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Listen, Yunosuke. We know there are lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is how? Okay, yep. Evidence! 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 Pressing E. Evidence! Evidence! Yes! 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 I'm gonna need to speed up this text, by the way. Yes, I know how it works. Yes, let me, can I, auto gameplay? Until it's displayed in autoplay and wait. Until the next, okay, that's something else. Can I not text skip? Actually, wait, I might do it like this and then I go... Okay, yep, that'll do. Yep, I know how it goes. I know how it goes. I know how it goes. Yes, my god, Kazuma, I know you love to talk. Good luck, partner. That's all you had to say. Okay, and from the back. Bam.
Yes!
I think it is very funny that, like, no, like, instead of, like, objection or anything, which we probably get the objection later, but every time it's just like, yes, like, it's confirming what is being said. I think in Japanese it might have been a different, like, instead of, like, saying yes, it's just, like, calling attention to himself. But, What? What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache! Moustache! Inconsistency, sir! I mean, yes! Fuck, damn it. There's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense! What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. That's how you do a desk slam. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. He even does the Edgeworth pose. The 2 fingers to the temple. Also, hold on, this music? Hold on. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam-bam. The music? Ooh, I like this music. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Losing my mind and you have fallen into the Uma Musume trap. You have fallen into the Uma pit. Yeah, no, he really is Edgeworth. That is just mild in a different font. And possibly dead soon. Can you unmod me? No. I'll do it later, probably. I'll do it later if you want. What else are you doing? Kazuma, what? Forced labor? Bet. We love forced labor. Free labor. What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the... Can we just say photo, please? Or at least photograph? That there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Iesa Nosa. What is... I'm trying to think of what the pun in their names is. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet. That's a word that I, for some reason, can't read. Fired on the English civilian. And from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir. Yes. Yes, you did. But no. That just can't be. And why not? Because... Take a close look at the print. Or, in other words, if you would please look at this photograph. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? There it is! The child! Okay, first of all, don't push it, just push it down by the head, and also what is that? That looked like it took a lot of strength to push that baby's head back down. No, well, what was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again? Certainly, there's a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Can it not be like an exit wound? I mean... No, because I think then you could argue because of the what's it called? What's it called? Not the ashes. Or yes, the ashes? The stuff... The stuff around the bullet wound. I don't think that would be there if it was an exit wound. Yeah, for once you can make that argument. Or like you can use that. Me when I don't think my obvious lie through, push a child down my back. Gunpowder, that's the word. Yes, sir, at this juncture, that would appear indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious Lockhart rolled steak, sir.
Oh, there it is. Look at him. He's happy. Or she. They be happy.
What? The last testimony the court heard was proven... has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iesanosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Ho! Get his ass! There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial. Just from that one discrepancy. He said the thing! So this is what being... He said the thing, part 2! This is what being an ace attorney is all about! He said both things! But I definitely saw him! That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back!
Yes!
But I never fired the gun! All I did was pick it up off the floor! That's called being an asshole, but like in a stylish way. We excuse it. For Kazuma, it is justified. It is justified, it is excused, and it is appreciated. Imagine if the logo of the game came out each time. Oh dear god. This truly was our ace attorney. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either. Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Oh, yes, you were looking for your Koban coin, weren't you? Indeed! The prized Oi era Koban. Hunting around under the table I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Oi treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoi Koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. Oh dear. So, Discord. As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Jesus. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard is inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate.
What does that mean?
Oh, may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back.
What is with your corny ass lines, brother?
My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable Naruhodo.
What?
He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ah.
Very well, the court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
As clear as Kiriko class, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Ido.
It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
I don't remember, again, I've only watched this first case like once. I don't remember Kazuma being so sassy. I love it. Your father is about to quell the enemy! Watch and learn, my boy! Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment, I almost the same thing!
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
See? Because I feel like because I'm reading the old man's lines so slowly, I have to compensate by making Nosa's lines practically incomprehensible. Furthermore, official sources and premises have confirmed that they were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Those testimonies are certainly. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. Well, joke's on you. He is not one. We are not here to listen to your fantasies.
I think my voice is gonna be fine. I think this cross-examination will be fine. And after that, we're probably gonna do the reactions for the end.
It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
This is a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel.
Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else.
This doesn't make any sense.
The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. Okay. I don't understand. What's going on here? What the heck is going on around here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. Are we ignoring the second chair? To be fair, sometimes there are just, like, a lot of the time there are just extra chairs set up. Like, they wouldn't, like, remove chairs just because there's only one person there. Unless, well, if you had a reservation. If you booked the table, then yeah. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true! I saw her! I swear that I saw a woman with him. Yeah, I mean, if we had the receipts, we could very much look at those.
would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takatsuchi Aochi, will have contributed to the amity of those two great empires is an honor. Oh, shut your mouth. Oh, there's a second Phoenix pose. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. I wonder who. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. Smack. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witness, but make it quick, understood? Oh, I will not. Rules can be so unbending at times. Okay. First things first. Can I, Yes, I can examine. I forgot. We can, wait. Okay, we can examine some stuff. Because I haven't actually looked at any of this. 19th November, shortly after... Wait, it's 22nd. Wow, they actually wait 3 days until the trial? God damn. Oh, well, there's also the answer to the question previously. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through the body, so there's that. There's that. Waiter's business card. Oh. Oh. That's cute. He says, cheating his sword a little gaily. And there's that. Right. Right. Why was he even facing the other way? That's probably gonna come up later. Almost the same thing. Pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. Okay. A visual search. We were the only personnel present. Alone he was the Englishman dining all by himself. Whoops, sorry. Welcome back, Nora. What do you think, Renosuke? What's the matter? I can't find anything. I can't find a clear discrepancy anywhere. I'm done for. I can't win this trial. No, 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 no. Listen, the first thing to do is calm down. You can't expect witnesses' statements to be full of holes every time. So just take your time and try to tease more information out of them first. Okay, pressing. Yep, pressing. Pressing, pressing, pressing. Yep, 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 yep. You got it, sir. Press and press hard. I'll press them like blocks of tofu. Okay.
Yes!
Yes! No, 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 it's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. Well, you have a difference of opinion on that? The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet? I don't think so. Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked. Did you? Did you see it? Did you see me blink? How is he gonna say, oh, but it happened? What kind of argument is... It is undeniable... What? That is not that is not how this works. Have what?
The sound of the firearm rang in my ears at the very next moment. I saw you waving them at the Englishman.
I think that says it all, don't you? And let us not forget that the antique dealer witnessed the...
Sorry, my brain just short-circuited.
Witnessed the accused in his most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Correcta-san?
Corrector? Is that the one? Is that the pun?
He was a gentleman that much I saw, I did see.
Yes!
Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I've told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor.
Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away.
I had just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment, a gunshot rang in my ears.
Full of events beyond our control, life is.
Sorry? What do you mean?
In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the Koban from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result.
I mean, at least he's not spinning. I feel like this old man seems to be the most neutral.
Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see... Never mind. With pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner.
Visual search, we were the only personnel present.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Attention!
As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel like I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
If only there had been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner at any restaurant. No, of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I mean, that's my time to eat. But also, I don't eat breakfast and I wake up at noon. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day and why he was alone.
There was indeed a reason.
There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, Counsel?
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Oh, God. Hada Clinic? Even here, if I see a man that, or woman, honestly, that in any way, shape, or form resembles that fucking creep, I swear to God. Unless the Hada is actually, unless it's not Hada, but unless the namesake is not someone with a hot something name, but you just replace the H with an L and it's actually Lotta Hart's ancestor who runs that clinic, which would also be annoying, but I'd take it. That would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case.
I wonder. What do you think, Ayanosuke? Huh? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Well, yeah, obviously. Yep.
Yes!
If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous? Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission. I love to see someone who actually knows their rules and their laws. Oh, you love to see it. Oh, you love to see it. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trip. That... Yeah. Oh, you are a pain. Oh, you are definitely a pain. You are surely a pain in the truest sense of the word. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right. I hear you. Yeah, the fact this guy was able to... The fact this guy's bloodline has not died out is beyond me. What poor woman, what poor damsel decided to settle with this man? If she even had a choice. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's clear it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you've forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, correcto-san. Well, let's have ourselves a look-see. Can I examine this maybe and turn it? No. I assume nothing else either. Nothing. Okay, yeah, then let's bam. Oh, can I not? That was found in the victim's pocket. Yeah? So can I not examine? Can I not examine? Let me see. I haven't saved in a while actually. Let me save. I mean, yeah, probably like either it was arranged or that his wife has to be equally as awful. Are Winston and Gaspin twins? If not, oh yeah, they are brothers. I think Gaspin is the younger one, if I recall. I don't fully remember. But yeah, they are brothers. There we go. Okay, let me press this again just to... You actually saw with your own eyes the victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. That I did. Uh-huh. Only a single beefsteak, yep. And the waiter has said before, it's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. He did also say that, yeah, he was busy searching his coin, and then he also apparently at some point looked up. Okay, it has to be- whoops. Oh. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. If I could examine the record, the card, I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got there. Oh, you mean this? Yes. This is a brand new piece of evidence, so perhaps we should I was trying to do that. Okay, now, okay, I have to wait for boyfriend to explain. Yep. How does any man in that family pull, but Logan can't? Yes, we get it. We get it. Yes, we get it. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to- yes. Thank you. Okay. Oh, is it gonna- wait. Anything on here? Anything on here? Oh! It says Hada Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics. Almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. I mean, who doesn't? Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. My god, it's in the genes! It really is in the genetics! No fucking wonder Phoenix Wright is unkillable. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. I'll never forget it, never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to have had only one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. Wait, anything else? Does it not mark it? Okay, I thought it would mark it. Okay. Yeah, we'll go to this first. Dentist. It looks like this medical report was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment, that's why. With a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor, I mean. As long as I'm alive, I am never consulting. Oh, God. Well, if he were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors, then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible-tasting medicine, they give you painful injections, and then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege, all when you're at your lowest ebb. God damn. I'm sure every single American can relate. You sound like a model patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less, for which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed. He is True. He may be Japanese, but he is American in spirit. As far as I know, this is actually Japan. To my knowledge, these games have not been hit by the Japanifornia curse. Going crane game gambling tonight? Ooh. Gamble responsibly. But ooh. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. In blue. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well.
Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure. Procedure. Wasn't it like a mix of American and Japanese court systems though? As I recall, no. They just had to make a lot of changes. I think, the thing with Ace Attorney was that, like the main games, is that initially they are set in Japan with the, and like, as a parody of the Japanese court system. But back then, they changed it so that instead of Japan, it was, you know, America. And then at some point, they got stuck in that. And they, like, Japanifornia just became a thing. And to be fair, like, with it being a parody, and I assume that, like, even as a parody, it's not very, like, it's loosely based on the Japanese court system. So you could probably, like, make a case for either one, you know? Like, it is vague and nonsensical enough that you could let, like, the basics overlap with the American system, I would assume. I guess Winston's and Gaston would need that. Get it? Cause pain. Anyway. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Yep. That's the one, yep. All by himself. I object. I mean, yes.
Yes!
Oh God. Well, I think, about what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Leonoska? Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Aw, thank you. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully. You know exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. That's how he does it. And he might sound like an asshole, but he gets the point across. And thanks for the advice. Look at that. With his boyfriend reassuring him, all is well. Korekta-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Fuck, goddammit. Something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. It's a cross-exam. The whole... That's what I'm supposed to do here, you bitch. But... Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. But that's... Remember, Leonosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. I don't actually, Nora. When do you stream? I forget. I say as if I have ever known. But yeah, if you stream at like the middle of the night for me, that might be an issue. Did you say when or what? When. And also what, because sure, why not? Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is currently no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides the pale-faced pupil who could
That was a real desk slam. He's locking in. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
That outburst have petrified me, boy! Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hara Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
Yes, yes!
1 a.m. for me? Yeah, that's critical. Recently, ooh, nice. All great games.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted.
What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating.
Just what are you trying to say, cadet?
He had orders not to eat? So what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't.
Correcta, son?
What, boy? What?
As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No.
Additionally, there's more? Oh yeah, he's locked in. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone.
There we go, now he's got it.
But that could not possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthesics. Oh, the music! Expertly done, partner. My son more mature but with a higher pitched voice rather than an actual child, so that's good to hear at least. Hey, that's good.
Objection!
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photograph. Big evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. I know there's not much going on in there probably. It might be very hollow, but surely you have at least one functional brain cell. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned.
See? That's how you deliver corny-ass lines.
Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke?
Yes, most definitely.
So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beef steak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that's me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... saving. I just sneezed and I think I loosened my brain. That happens. Okay, what do we do here? Let's see. The victim, me. Okay, it's the last one, so we're just gonna go one by one. Top to bottom. Oh, yes, from with. Oh, nice. The victim himself, obviously. What? Dear Nosuke, come on, pull yourself together. The victim couldn't have been eating at the time. You just told the court that yourself. Oh, yes, of course. I just thought that didn't sound quite right. Look, you've even stunned the judge with that ludicrous answer. Alright then, I can use this state of shock to give me time to think and come up with the right answer. I suggest you think it through more carefully and try not to shock him in the first place. You're right. Sorry. Yeah, I love that, like... Is he gonna do it again? It was me, Your Honor! Excellency, whatever.
Yes!
I think it may have been... I love when the music stops. I think it may have been me.
Objection!
It's not enough that you took the man's life, but you took his meal as well. That's a bee sting on a crying face. Some people seem to think they can do whatever they like. And some people seem to think they can say whatever they like. Yonosuke. Sorry, you're right. Of course I didn't eat it. Next time you make a quip like that, I'll make you eat your words. Then you'll be needing some dental surgery yourself. Oh, alright, I get the message. Third time's the charm. It was the two witnesses, they shared. Whoops. Fuck. I bet it was the sergeant and the antique dealer. Nosa-san and Correcta-san. Are you taking the cake, cadet? You think I'd share rations with this decrepit graybeard? Oh, Jesus. Insult me by associating me with this brutish carnivore, would you? You were both present at the scene, neither of you can deny that you had the opportunity. You battle-brained idiot! I have my own regulation. Beefsteak set before me at my own table. And as any soldier worth a soul will tell you, you seize whatever rations are put in front of you. It seems you may need to reconsider your answer, counsel. Of course, Your Excellency. Okay. It was an as yet unknown third party. There we go, there's the proper slam. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person.
Yes!
There was, because I saw her.
When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. My God, Kazuma! Need I repeat myself? Are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand. We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. They actually make use of that?
perjury is an actual threat in this game? And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Wow! I am floored! What happened? Where did this go? This, in my Ace Attorney, actual consequences for spouting bullshit on the stand? Complicit in murder. No! Hold it. Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman is what they told us. Oh. What? What did you just say? Oh, you were just following orders? No, hold on, lad. I was, Say you never saw the gentlewoman? When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you you did not know? You just believe— listen, I thought you were the— okay. Just one simple slip of the tongue. I thought at least Ouchie had like an idea and just kept quiet because he's an ass. Yeah, I'm like, I would have just expected him to like know something, or like to know that there was something fishy, but just not question it because he wants to win his case, because that's what they do in that family. Order! Order! Counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not! The prosecution knows nothing of this. Damn it. Then who is behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Oh, well, he's a pain, not an asshole like Von Karma. That is fair. That is fair. God, Jesus Christ. Jeez, ow. Ow. That's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Yonosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Algie had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was that really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly— well, there is one piece of evidence that we have not examined at all. We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh, yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait, Your Excellency. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every shit to God. I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this? Hmm? Well, Your Excellency. No time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes to my head. Breaking news, walking out with the snow with just Crocs on, not even socks, is not pleasant and you will get snow in your Crocs. Yeah, I have experience with that. Okay, wait. I just need to see what happens if I choose the right. Is there a specific dialogue for choosing certain answers, or is it just an all-around wrong? It was Kazuma!
Yes!
Okay, no, it just seems to be a general one. The size of disappointment in the courtroom may very well deafen you. Okay, wait, ouchie gives us penalties? I don't know what it is about that prosecutor exactly, but he really makes me wince in pain sometimes. Is that why Winston Payne is called that? Because his ancestor, because Naruhodo himself winced in pain at getting his first penalty from Ouchie. Okay, bottom. Yes. Minus 11.11 Celsius. That is cold. That is very much cold. That is cold. I don't remember the last time it's been that cold here. But believe me, I can find other ways to make you keep your mouth shut as well. Hey, don't threaten them with a good time. Alright, don't get angry. I'll think again. Yes. Okay. Let me load. It was minus 34. What? Is that normal? Is that normal in the US? Jesus. Can I swap? No. But there is one person who had a little funny reaction earlier.
Yes!
Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. The waiter who took the stand earlier?
Objection!
I'm gonna say border in Canada, so it's cold. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Makes sense, I guess. Poppycock! What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter. If he truly were... Actually, yeah, I should probably examine the thing first, right? Can I? I cannot. I cannot. Wait, can I turn? Oh, I can turn! Okay. Let me examine all of this first. This plan of the restaurant raises a number of questions, I think. Definitely. It's supposed to show the relative position of everything in the moments following the incident. But there's nothing to show the woman you say you saw there. Exactly, and that's not all. Look here in the upper left, where it says kitchen. Now I know that says kitchen. Oh, yes, what of it? No one would use these complicated characters to write kitchen. Especially not if they were in a hurry. Actually, that's a fair point. I was gonna say, just in general. You know what? That's a fair point. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself? Oh. I thought those were actually I thought there was actually like a simpler way to write those, but never mind. Yonosuke is just stupid. Anything else here? Okay, it's just that. Please ignore what? Wait, what advice? Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, you see it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. Oh, about a man who says poppycock? Yeah, maybe in this case don't. But also, Miles Edgeworth would say poppycock. Probably. So, you know, it's a gamble. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. That's a mouthful. What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence if they're wielding it somehow here. Okay, there we go. And now we can actually do the thing. Miles for Phoenix, also true. Also true. You receive miles, but in turn, you also receive a bunch of third wheeling and yearning and pining. Not for you, unfortunately. Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. Prove by this evidence. Whoop-bam.
Yes!
That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Whoops. These cards look very similar. They're both white. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that. Don't tempt me with polyamory! You know what? That's fair. Okay, yeah, sorry. There we go.
Yes!
The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency, that's the back of the card. It's the back of the back that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes! It's the front of the back of the card! That's where the telling detail is. Oh, you're a disaster. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession? That's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector... Yes, a long-ass name that I'm not going to repeat. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand? Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Oh. Is it the man himself? Yep. Ooh, the music! I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility.
Okay, yep. There's his reaction. Yep. Oh, whoops. I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So you mean to say you really are a detective? But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Of course, your salary must... I'm sorry, what did he say? Your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes. There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. Another thing that's changed. Well, actually, no. Because detectives in our current times probably do still get paid fairly well. It's just Gumshoe specifically that gets paid in breadcrumbs. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant. What kind of incidents? Reading you two back to back is a little, tricky. That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. At the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. Bang. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once? It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. He's not denying it, though. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right! Uh-huh. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean?
Objection!
Objection! Yuma University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young English woman.
What?
You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour.
You mean...
When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first.
And the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector.
The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory wards of Yume University's medical factory.
What is happening here?
I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene.
Yeah, for some reason, like, my brain is like, laboratory. Laboratory. Laboratory.
And order these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with this situation.
The lavatory. The lavendery. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. How do you say the word roof? I need to know. Roof? How else would you say that? Roof? However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
Objection!
Rough? 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 Woof? But, Your Excellency, that will be missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings in my courtroom. I like this judge. Like, don't get me wrong, our old Udgy is a lovable old man, but this one is competent. Same one with rude, like, what? Where do they say it like that? Is that just a you thing, Nora, or do they say that in whatever northern US state or / Canada? Inspector Hosonaga?
Yes, sir.
You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency.
At once, Your Excellency.
That means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. I love... This man is like so caught up in his like authority. Like, not just in the way that he very much enjoys his little power trips, but he's also deathly afraid of any of going against any kind of authority. Just realized why it's called the Midwest. I would assume because it's not fully west, but it's somewhere like between mid and west.
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly.
So it won't be a problem? Please don't die on the stand. We've had enough of that. Nothing will get in my way. I like him. Well, nothing except for maybe, whatever terminal illness you may have. But we're not west of the US, but because the... My god. Okay, 1 second. Okay, there we go. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Braille to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Your Excellency!
Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening.
That's a long recess.
Well, and that's as good a spot to stop at as any. I'm a stupid kid, okay, leave me alone. It's fine, it's fine. We're all a little dumb sometimes. But we will not continue. No, no. First you will get shot 78 times. Let's go back to the title. We just saved. We just saved. How's the energy levels? Nearing their end. So unfortunately, we were not gonna react to that long video again, but we can do the HSR reaction. That should be a short one, right? Let me go back to YouTube. Oh wait, no, actually, hold on. Honkai Star Rail. It is it's 4.5 minutes. Is there any lore in this that might be worth to dissect with a fresher state of mind? Because if so, we might do it next time after all. We might do it on Friday after all. Just recently realized how strange my preschool was. It was a private school, and at age 4 I had to give a memorized speech on Argentina. Jesus. Also had to learn French on Wednesdays? Wow. Private school, I guess? I do wonder when they're gonna give us the drip marketing. Like, it has to be any date. Like, it has to be next week, right? Right? It has to be next week. Starpies, I regret to inform you that, you arrived roughly 3.5 hours late. Because, we are about to end stream. So, whoopsies. My intelligence peaked in kindergarten. I'm dumber now than I was in kindergarten. A bit. Okay. We're gonna react to the lore stuff. We're gonna react to that HSR video. And maybe also the other Ace Attorney video that I had on Friday. So it might take us the rest of the week to finish this case, so we might take it a bit slower, but that's fine. But yeah. I will curse these time zones. Curse the time zones indeed. Indeed. But yeah. Today was fun. I am happy to be back in it though. And we will be back on Friday. Yeah, probably not finishing the case, probably, but will I do Super Break and Naxa? I would love to do Super Break and Naxa, but I don't have Constance. And I'm not gonna... Are the new banners this week? Yeah, I do recall this one being a long first case. Longer. We did finish like the first segment of it. You know, we got the first to be continued. I would love to do Super Break and Naxa. Truly. It would be so... It'd be fun, I think. But no, I'm going for Fugue. It's 2.5 in ZZZ. True, it is. But the banners, like, second half... Well, second, third... should be, like, very soon, no? Not like tomorrow, maybe? It has been 2... Well, it's 3 weeks. Well, it's 2.5 weeks. I don't... It's a little weird because they're extending it by 2 weeks. Whatever. Dahlia's better than Fugue, though. Not if you're a Boot Hill main. Because Dahlia does not really, like... Boot Hill needs to break. And Fugue gives the double break bar. Next week or the week after? Then it should be the next week. Yeah, it should be next week then, yeah. Maybe that's when they'll give us the drip market. They have to give us the drip marketing next week, right? Probably. Hopefully I'll be able to catch the next stream. Hopefully. It is all I do always stream around the same time, so there's that. What time is it for you right now, Star? Is it like very late or very early? Oh god, but yeah. I thank y'all for joining me today. Hope you all had a lovely time, and I wish all of you a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. Consider following the Blue Sky, the Twitter, the Twitch, the YouTube. If you like anime reactions, consider following the Patreon, where this week we'll be starting Twisted Wonderland, and we have a couple other shows that are ongoing and one that is finished that I still have to record stuff for because I was gone the entirety of last week. But anyway, that's also there. And we will be back on Friday. Yes, Friday. Stay safe, y'all. Take care. And I may see you again another time. Bye-bye! Oh, it's 11:30. Oh. Gotcha, Luke. I mean, 11:30 is fine. AM or PM, that's a reason. Well, PM if you have to get over. Whatever. Bye.